We should be going live now. Hello, everyone. It's good to see you.
Hi.
Lalit is here, Astrology Vibrations, plural. And I got a little donation here from Marby, and I'm going on with the comments. Whoops, I've got New Start. Wendy H is here. Hello, New Start. Pretty soon people are going to be coming in. I went on for just a few minutes to make the announcement that and tell a story. I had a story uh, to tell, so I had to tell it over there because I didn't want to spend time during your show to say it, but to advertise that I'm going to be on with Marina tomorrow night, tomorrow morning or afternoon for most of the country is my numerology workshop, and so I do have room for more. So if you'd like to pop on, that would be great. And what else? What are you doing these days? You're taking private readings,
I'm
right?
doing private readings and I'm working on setting up a workshop just like you're doing because I had so much fun in that and I enjoyed it so much. And I thought that's a perfect format for me because I'm a teacher by life path, a life path
Yes.
teacher. That's just what I do. And
Right,
so
right.
I love teaching about astrology. And I thought that yours was so fun to me. I really got a lot out of it. And I said, I got to do that. So I'm working
Let's do
on the
it.
details. And boy, this is the
Awesome.
time because everybody's chart is like going, hey, it's like
Blink,
fireworks
blink,
going off.
blink, blink.
Fireworks are shooting
Yeah.
off everywhere. So as you can say, okay, I see that. Now I feel better and I see it's going to pass in such and such a time. So,
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff jiggling around out there. Holy cow. The everything's backfiring. And as far as numerology goes, it's right on path. I can't believe that it actually starts like just prior to the calendar year, with all the backfiring going on because they're still doing things the old way, the old Trump way.
not
Pardon
for
me.
long.
Not for
Not
long,
for
because
long.
see, that's the thing with the one. So all of you listening, oh hi Donna, thanks for coming on this one. um, because think of it as yourself too, that it's a one universal year, and this is the time when if you always do something the same way, really kind of think about it. Maybe you can do it a different way. And to start that ball rolling, if you're driving to work, driving to the store, driving to the doctor, try a new way to drive. Try brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand. That's always fun to try, and start thinking about things a little differently. Because if you were supposed to give up something and didn't, like Trump was supposed to give up his authoritarian ways and he didn't, he's making the same decisions with a new program in town, and that's why it's backfiring. It's so frustrating, I know, for a lot of people, but it's backfiring. Having trouble with my eyes, so that's why I think I'm dark. I'm not sure, but I might have to put my sunglasses on later on. But
You can do your Macron invitation.
yeah,
We'll
how I
talk
can do
about
that.
how he was talking about Trump and he goes, you say bully, you bully.
It's a bully. Well,
Bully.
I did hear something very interesting, if I may. I just heard about it on YouTube, that the French and a lot of the European countries are getting rid of any technology that America boasts about, which is Microsoft, Apple. And so they're going with their own, they're getting away from like Google Teams and things like that. Maybe it's Microsoft Teams. Anyway, they're doing their own thing. So if you have clients in France, then there's going to be a little disconnect there. So, oh, thank you so much for the super sticker. Elena, you're the best. You get to go right to the top of the class. Marby was here, and she's the first one to have her reading, and Elena, you are the second. Both are wonderful donations. We really appreciate that. It does help us support this show. New Start Wendy and Zelina is here. Mary Thornberry, Tiffany, Charlie, Sage of Fire 555. Zero. That's, you know what that is, 16. So that's, I mean, six. It's 15. Then add it together. Donna, A Way Out is to Go Within is here. Maria is grateful. Sorry about Elena is here. Thank you so much. Sandra, appreciate you. I'm just Whispers from Heaven with Jenny. Oh, thank you so much for coming, my love. And Marby, this is great. And Charlie, and To A Balanced Life. Do you know who that is, Lalit?
No.
Jennifer Izagari. The
Jennifer.
great Jennifer Izagari.
Yes, I read Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. So nice to
So
see you.
please subscribe to Jennifer's channel at To A Balanced Life. She does little shorts. She has a newsletter that's awesome. I just love it. And she did a review on my book that I'm so happy about. And she did a video. It's so nice. So thank you. Please subscribe to her. I'd like to have her on
You
again.
have a new hairdo, Jennifer. You look beautiful.
So pretty. So pretty.
Inside and out.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I'm just trying to get back to everything. Oh, and she says, we rock as always. God bless. Just glowing love, growing love. I do like your hair that way. It's real pretty. It's real pretty. So yes, I want Jennifer to come on. We did a property clearing together, which was kind of really interesting. I really enjoyed it and hope to work with her again. So the first part, those of you who are here again, thank you for coming back. Those of you for the first time, thank you for coming in. Please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate that. And so for Astrology Vibrations Friday night, we always have a section where Lalit gives us what we can, the information about what we can expect for the following week. And then after that, I get on and I do some readings. And I went to Amazon and bought these really cool numbers that I'm going to be playing with our readings. It'll just be fun. So I'll hand it over to you, my love.
All righty. So I will say, I know I've been rambling on maybe too long in the past few weeks. You know, for an astrologer, it's really hard to zip it up because there is so much crazy stuff happening and it's going to continue for a while. So I've narrowed it down to just the essence of this week, and I'm going to try to really make it more brief so you don't get bored or anything. But I was reminded of one of my favorite authors. I love the quotes by Mark Twain. I even have a book of his quotations. And one he said to someone, he wrote them a letter, and he said, I was just going to send you a short note, but I didn't have time, so I'm writing you this long letter instead. So that's just kind of me, because it's easier just to go on and on. It's hard to just distill this to the essence, but we're going to try. So here we go. And I made a little blurb here that I'm going to scroll up, showing the important dates that are going on this week. And I'm going to scroll it up, you know, like that famous film where we're going to say, long ago in a galaxy far, far away. It's going to go up as we get to the further days. So the first thing, February 1st, hey, Sunday, you know, Sunday gets the word from the sun. It is the day of the sun. No kidding, all over the world. That's what it means. And the day of the sun, we get to have a full moon in the sign of Leo. Now, you guys, to know about astrology, you need to know the rulerships. The rulership of Leo is the sun. rulership of the Leo is the sun. So the moon is in the sign of the sun. That means it's disposited by the solar energy and takes on the color of the solar energy. And that would be, here's a tarot card that would correspond to solar energy. We got the card of strength with Leo the lion there, and it is the sign of strength. So the moon takes on more sort of characteristics that are more, let's say, jubilant, fun-loving, a little bit rambunctious, and it's fifth house matters. Leo rules the fifth house, which is creativity. That means also sexual energy. So I'm not, just stay cool and don't go crazy or anything. But no, so the creative energy is not just sex, which is the fifth house matters, but it is also children, the product of sex, and artistic creations also. So the you artiste out there, this is a good time for inspiration. And I would say to everybody, my advice to you for this full moon, schedule some time on your calendar to have some fun. We've been so overwhelmed. Everyone, aren't we just crazy busy with everything? Go, go, go. Schedule yourself some fun. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Maria, be grateful. Go out and have a good time. So that's I'm telling you, I want to hear all about it next week. Well, you don't have to say it all, but anyway. So seriously, it is a good time to do something that brings you joy. Joy is always a thing that gets you in a spiritual vibration. It's the one thing that really raises your vibration. We're all about that, right? You don't have to be sad to raise your vibration. That's happiness does it better. Think of what brings you joy. I have my little kitty there. I always say about her, look at my shirt. Cats bring me joy. I mean, I have the coffee cup that says, I'm not the crazy cat lady. I'm just call me a dedicated feline enthusiast. Anyway, what you're enthusiastic about, go do it. Take some time out, have some fun. So the sun is the ruler of Leo, and therefore, with the moon in that sign, you're going to get some strong vibrations from the moon. Now let's take a look at the chart for that day. So this is 2:09 p.m. Pacific time. We still have, so are you seeing that? Yeah, seeing that nice and clear? Okay. Same last week, we had all these things in Aquarius. They're still there. Pluto, Mars, Sun, Mercury, and Venus, they're still there. But the moon was there for when we had the new moon, and now it's gone fully around to the opposite sign, Leo. Now, these are both fixed signs. And we also have Uranus, which is in a fixed sign, Taurus. So we have a lot of stubborn energy that's going against the Uranian urge for change. So there's a push me, pull you sort of effect in this way. And this is going to start changing very soon, getting a boost, because the next thing up on the little list I made for you is happening on the 4th. So on whoopsie, I see it didn't change on your screen. Hold on. There we go. On the 4th of February, something big happens. The planet Uranus stations direct. That means it has been going retrograde. You know what retrograde things are? Things that need to change are just stuck. And this would be some of the many things you see with the ICE and police and things, etc., that are needing to change have been stuck. Well, things are about to change because on February the 4th, Uranus stations direct. That means it stops going backwards. It's no longer retrograde, but it's standing still. And when it's standing still, the power is focused. It's in 27 degrees of Taurus. All of you have anything around 27 degrees or in the fixed signs at that spot, you're going to expect some shaking things up. And the fact is, when it's that powerful at station, the power is focused. I like to use the image of the little boy with the magnifying glass focusing the rays of the sun on that little poor little ant. That's a kind of a terrible image, but that the power of the light is focused into a laser beam. So Uranus is going to start moving, and it's going to go all the way out of the sign Taurus. It's going to take about 3 months to go out, because it's at 27 and about almost 30 minutes, 27 and a half, and it's going to take about 3 months to get all the way out of Taurus, but it's starting to move, guys. It's no longer going backwards. So we're going to start hearing the creaking of the timbers of the boat that we're on, and then it's going to start moving fast. And when it moves out of Taurus, which is a slow kind of stuck in molasses right now, it's going to go into Gemini. Whoa, you're gonna need to get yourself a new seatbelt. And it's things, you think things are moving fast now, it's going to pick up. So this is on February 4th. You feel Uranus grinding to a halt from moving backwards, and it's going to start moving forward. It has been 77 years in the place where it is. It's not going to be back for a long time. So if you have Taurus or Scorpio influence at the end of those degrees, I have the moon in the 12th house. So I'm expecting some big, powerful downloads in mediumship and intuitive things. So it's going to be a beautiful thing. So let's see. These changes that we're going through, these are forever changes. They're not going to go back. They're never going back. These changes that we're going through are the structural changes, and it's a little bit scary when the systems we rely on start to dissolve and dissolute. It's kind of a tower moment. Some structures of government are a little bit crumbling, but that's what's required to happen before we can rebuild it really new, because there's too much like rot in the timbers, So we bulldoze the East Wing, and we can build it really new from the way up. And it's a little scary. It's a little bit scary, but realize that everything's moving in the right direction. And you'll look back and say, now I see why that had to happen. You will see why that had to happen. And anytime you're feeling a negative thing going on around you, look at it this way. What is the lesson here? And how could this turn out in a positive way for me? Because it's going to. If you have a positive attitude for it, it will turn out for the better. So just keep in mind, say, well, that's interesting. I wonder what the lesson is here. How is this going to turn out? How is this going to turn thing into into gold? And so this is going to be very, keep yourself focused on the positive, because all of the things that are changing are necessary for us to change into the faster density that we're heading. So the Taurus things rule financial matters, the way we look at money, the way we treat money, the way we trade money, gold, and banking systems, that kind of stuff. These structures are changing. So use caution in those areas, because they're more subject to change than some of the other things around, cryptocurrency and stuff like that. Use common sense and don't do anything crazy, because things are in a state of flux. Very soon now, we've got another thing happening. Am I holding this upside down the right way? Okay, the next thing that is going to happen between the 6th and the 10th, Mercury and Venus are both heading out of Aquarius. And by now, when things leave Aquarius, they move into Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac. I love this placement because I was born with Mercury conjunct Neptune, which is the ruler of Pisces, and that's the way I think, very much creative people, writers, and Debra, if you're this is a good place for channeling your writing. 6th and the 10th is when they enter Pisces, and that's a very nice thing. Followed by later on, Saturn is going to also enter Pisces, and then this is getting ready for eclipse season. We already feel it. The eclipse is felt well in advance, and we're already feeling it happen. And we got another couple of weeks to go after Saturn enters Aries on the 14th. Then we have the eclipse on the 17th, and then on the 20th, Saturn gets conjunct Neptune in the first degree of Aries. Boom, 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 boom. 3 days apart from the 14th to the 20th. And I didn't put that on the chart because we're going to talk about that more next week. I said I was going to keep it quiet, a little shorter, not talk too much. So this is my teaser because that is really big. Really big, and it's going to be so interesting to observe the things that are happening. And believe me, after this period here, the world is changing forever, and it was never going to go back. And it's not in a bad way, it's in a good way, because we're doing away with things that no longer serve, mainly the little 1% of people that get to think they get to have all the money. That's not going to continue into the future. There will be much more equitable things in terms of healthcare, food for all, energy, clean earth. These things are going to be so different in the future that the earth is going to be a paradise. Many of us here survived the problem that Atlantis had. We're going to make it through this time. So we're going to be celebrating in a big time way. Just don't be nervous, because everything is moving in the right direction. EWAP, everything's working out perfectly. Keep that in mind. It may not be evident to you, but when you look back, you'll say, now I understand why that had to happen. We don't get it yet because we're not in spirit. We're in this dense timeline that we can't see into the future, everything that's happening or why, but people in spirit know it, and they're trying to calm us down. All of our guides and loved ones on the other side are trying to help us stay calm through this period, because they can see why it's happening and we can't. So just keep that in mind, that it's being hidden from us for a reason, because we're in the dense plane of the earth, and that's the way it works. So we know that it is happening for a good reason. Stay calm, have fun this week. And so I tried to make it as fast as I could.
Well,
So,
I think that was lovely. Oh my
yeah.
God. It's just absolutely, that was quick.
I really tried. I made a big effort. How can I narrow this down? Because so much going on. Holy cow. And it's like, whoa. Yeah. If for an astrologer, it's like, it's so remarkable to look at it. It's amazing. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that, and do come back next week, because we're going to have the next installment.
I love that. I love that. I have some readings. I am going to apologize. So much information. Wow, she says, yeah. And there was also someone else. Who was it? I think it was Sandra. Sandra here. Sandra says, my rising is Taurus. I have no idea what she sees in this.
Yeah. Okay.
Moon in Scorpio. I better get meditating. So what do you have for Sandra?
Oh my, Sandra. Chakra meditation. Work on your chakra. I'm getting your throat chakra in this area. So you know the colors of the different chakras that you're going to work on, and this is we have. So we're going to get green in here, green and indigo and violet. So do a chakra meditation with sound, and focus on the throat area right now for you.
Awesome.
And the bottom chakra, the root chakra. So start at the root chakra down at the bottom to start sending the energy up. Then you go boop, boop, boop through all of them and give your attention to the root chakra, Scorpio, and the throat chakra for Taurus, and be ready for some changes, because you've been feeling stuck. Things are going to change for you.
Well, that's somebody else. You know what? I'm just going to do this, even though it looks weird. I'm like Jack Nicholson with his. My eyes. I just need to do this. Sorry, guys.
While you're doing that, I'll say one more thing on this topic.
Yes.
So she had a Taurus as Uranus on the ascendant. When I get people for readings, the problem areas you have to look at right away what people are going through. Where is Uranus? That's where you're having the big changes and revolutionary things are happening. And then Saturn, where you're having big challenges. And people, Pisces rising people, finally, Saturn is leaving Pisces. You can jump for joy. It's going to be gone. It's going to be gone forever.
We have
Yeah,
arrived.
it's going to be in Aries. So
I
we're
love that.
talking about that next time. You can start seeing the glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel. You looked in that tunnel, you say, I see the light. Is that a flashlight down there? Someone's got a flashlight. Pretty soon it's going to be a big beam for you.
Awesome. Awesome. We
And
also have Kelly. Kelly says, love your contribution. Please take your time. I love hearing what you share. That's true. Yeah.
well, thank you,
love
Kelly.
that.
I go overboard though because I'm so excited about it, and there's so many things I have to realize that you guys need to get onto your readings too.
Well, that's it's all good. No, we had a
Pisces
couple
rising. Yeah, my son is Pisces rising. I was just telling Debra before we started the show, for the past 2.5 years, he's not been able to get any help with his diabetes. And he's been so sick. Finally, he got a doctor like yesterday. Instead of giving him insulin, which he hasn't been able to get because the doctors have been so worried, they gave him Ozempic.
And he's a skinny boy. He's not a
He's big.
obese.
He's big. He's not obese. No, not for weight
No,
loss.
he's not
But for
obese.
metabolize, so that he metabolizes the food more slowly, and he doesn't get the rush of food when he's eating of too much sugar. It's a really interesting idea. I never heard of that.
I never heard of that either.
But he's
Maria
feeling
says,
so much better. So you Pisces rising people can that first, the rising sign is your body, your health. So you're going to be having some breakthroughs in your health. You're going to feel so much liberated, like just you're taking off in a hot air balloon. You're going to feel so light and happy.
oh,
Yeah.
sounds like Maria had some fun things. I had many good things happen this week. I got heat for my home, which is needed this time of year. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
you people in Florida, I know it's freezing. You have a real frostbite problem down there, right?
yeah. House not insulated. You have the same thing as like I do in Southern California because there's not a whole lot of insulation.
No.
And but
in I was kidding. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I live in Las Vegas and it's freezing here. Freezing. Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, it's the desert. It's the desert.
Oh.
So we had a couple of donations. Thank you very much for supporting the show. First one that came in was Marby. She was saying hi. Oh, I think Marby, you had. I have to look really close here because I believe you wanted a general. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave up the hi, Sandra. It's hi, Sandra. But it was a general, and I'm going to choose I have this bowl. This is a gourd that I carved and painted and did the ink on. And it's holding a bunch of numbers because I wanted to play with numbers tonight, but didn't want. Oh, and you have a 5 coming in. So the 5 is going to give us some very interesting ideas. Let's see how the cards come in for that. Now the 5 is a lot of it can be restless, but it also can be, you can change your mind on things. In other words, some days I need to be focused on one task to get it finished and done. Other times I can go through, which is a 5. This is ideally a 5. Is that what I can do? A little bit here, a little bit there, all of this here, and then go back to this and back. At the end of the day, I've had this variety of tasks. All of them are done, and none of them took any sweat at all. That's a 5 energy. That's so fun to have around town. And then I have for you. So it matches, actually. This is quite interesting because I have the Emperor reverse. That goes with the 5. The 5 kind of swims upstream a little bit, Emperor reversed. So it looks like this coming week, you're not going to have a whole lot to say about the traditional corporations. And you've got the temperance card, which means you have this wonderful balance where you're not getting into other people's business. And I'm here to say you will have an opportunity to gossip about someone or something. And it would be in your best interest not to do that, of course, but this week for sure. Um, it's about something that you haven't given up on that still sticks on you a little bit. So understand that that is might come up, and this would be a wonderful opportunity to change your mind about things, because I do also have the Page of Cups, new beginnings, new ideas about that. So the 5 looks wonderful for getting things done. Um, and then if you find yourself talking about someone else or another group and kind of being like, what do they call it? Catty? I think it's catty. Nothing. It's just a gossipy. It would be in your best interest just to recognize, oh, there it is. And then change your mind about it just this once and see what happens. So I'll bless you and leave you with that. What did you get from
I
Barbie?
got the Chariot, and dear,
It's
you
5.
ch-
That's 5 too.
you have a chance to be
Yeah.
courageous, a big burst of energy and create a force, and you stick with it, and you can achieve and have a great victory.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's great.
That's awesome. So it says, Maria, grateful. 2026 is my era of ease, grace, and things being as I prefer them. Yes. Isn't that wonderful? So here's my mantra. I go to sleep when I'm tired. I wake up when I'm rested. I eat what I want when I want. And my life it's a perfect day. Every day is just perfect for me. If I
I'm
remember
doing
to
that
do
too.
that.
I'm doing that
Yeah.
too. It's so, it's odd. If I wake up at 3 and I can't go back to sleep, I just get up and start doing stuff until I do feel like going back to bed.
Yeah. And then you
And
do.
hey, don't toss and turn and try to sleep. You don't waste time. Why not? And it's
And is Elena here? She gave us a sweet super
thank you,
sticker.
Elena.
And I don't know if you have a specific question. Gosh, it feels to me like it was just general. So let's just try that. And I'm going to dip in and see what your number is today. And it is 19. So 1 and 9 is a 10. So that's at 1 energy, but 19, you take the 1 and the 9, and that's like the spectrum, the whole spectrum, right? So you've got some wisdom coming in. This is not just wisdom of this lifetime, but other lifetimes as well, with the 19 coming in, the 1 and the 9. Just lovely. So, oh, nice. Things that were in the dark for you will be revealed. So please don't worry or lose sleep over anything, because everything of the information you need will be right on point, right when you need it. But Spirit is asking you to please, with the 2 of Swords, please take a break from trying to push things forward. And just allow the sun to come out. Now, the sun came in reverse. Whether the sun comes in reverse or upright makes no difference. It's the sun. So understand that they are on your side. And if you're struggling right now, the time is short. That struggle, you're not going to have to struggle with it as very much coming forward. But just don't push the river is what I would like to say. Don't push the river.
Don't push. Yeah, that's a hard thing to do. You got
It
to go
is.
with the flow. Go with the flow. Got a 5 of Swords reversed, so I see that end of struggle,
Yeah.
reconciliation. So there's been some conflict that's been really bothering you, some conflict, and it's going to be resolved, and you will be free of that weight, free of that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yay, yay. Elena, how's that hit for you? She is in the room, so I'm just kind of keeping an eye on things, keeping what little eyes I have right now on things. Now I'll go to the next one. Thank you so much for your donation as well. And thank you for everyone for subscribing. I really appreciate it. New start, Wendy.
Wendy,
February.
is this Wendy that I saw this week that I sent you your stuff? Is this Wendy? Yes, I believe.
It is.
I think so.
Wendy, are you here?
Wendy. I
While we're waiting
it,
for Wendy,
yeah,
I'll just tell you
I
I've
do
got
believe it is. I do believe it is. Wendy H.
SR is next with Debbie Thornton. Selena, Donna, and then Whispers from Heaven with Jenny is next. Those of you who would like to make sure you get in with a question, that a donation is welcome but not mandatory. So, oh, okay, Marby, thank you. Hi, I'll try, but it's gonna be hard for me. Oh, you're having a little struggle there. Okay, so new start. We've got February 6th, 55. So you're in a 9 personal year, just like me. Let me grab a number for you. And we have 12. So 12 is here, 1 and 2, which is wonderful. You know what's interesting about 12 is that it have the independence of the 1 and the 2, the collaboration of the 2. So that's quite a balance. Let me see how you're handling this, handling your 12. So it does show that you're over. I like to see, if I'm going to have a tower, I like to have it reversed. That means bravo. The worst is behind you. I've got Mother Nature here with the Empress. So please get into your divine feminine and lean into beauty, art, justice, fairness, and also go back to your traditions. If you traditionally enjoyed meditation, revisit that. If you, in the past enjoyed long walk, get back into that. So this is what Spirit is asking you to do, and things will balance out quite nice for you. Now, justice sometimes is justice upright. Is sometimes in here, if you are looking at a contract, something like that, it means that it's a good contract. It did come in upright, but you, of course, check with your attorney if you're doing contracts. But it looks like fairness, beauty, balance is yours.
I got the Page of Wands and Wendy. I wanted to say Wendy Darling, and I wanted to say, why do I want to say Darling? And then I realized Peter Pan, Wendy, her last name is Darling, so I'm going to call you Wendy
I
Darling.
didn't know that.
Yeah, the Darling family. So the things I just said about what people should do on this full moon, have fun, have joy, enthusiasm, excitement. That's what this is telling you also. So do that. You need to love fun, be fun, enthusiasm, optimistic, and love, and this, focus on that, and life will be sweet.
Awesome. I did star some people's questions. We've got SR here. Is Jay someone I can trust? Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me see here. If I'm not, aside from the cards, just girl to girl, don't trust anyone that you've known less than a year. Don't trust anyone. And when I say trust, that means we're talking about matters of the heart. So if you say, okay, I'm going to enjoy you and love you to the degree of, if you disappoint me, it'll hurt me, be very emotional on me, then hold back on that. But it does show that, yes, at the moment, it looks like that's quite good. It also looks like this is a young relationship or meetup or friendship, whatever that might be. And it looks like it's going smoothly. So, yeah, might be on too slow for you, but it's moving forward. There you are. It looks good.
Get the Ace of Swords. So I'd say, SR, go for it because you have a chance for success here. You don't want to miss the chance. So go for it and enjoy it. We'll we'll hear more about it later, but enjoy it for now. Enjoy it. Have a good full moon.
Good full moon. Just a second. Let me grab. I know your number, but I can't remember your. I'm so sorry. It's so little. 979. Okay. Oh, you have a 7. So you want a general reading, but you gave me your birth date, which tells me that you have a 7 personal year. If you wanted to study metaphysics, if you wanted to study mediumship, anything that's a little, off planet, mystical, high strangeness, whatever you'd like to go, UFOs, whatever you want to do, you'll have a little more information available to you in a 7 personal year. So it has to be sincere intrigue, sincere intrigue for it to manifest for you. It's not just helter skelter. But general reading, we've got, let me see what your number is today, 75. So this is a creative number. This is, again, the 7 is there, and the creativity of the 5, the communication of the 5, the action of the 5. It also comes to a 12, which is a 3, which is very creative. So it sounds like this week would be great for you to do something. This is why. So how do I put this? It's like the number just gave you a way out or a new way to look at what the prediction is of what's synchronizing up for you, which is interesting because there is maybe some frustration and arguments coming up with the 5 of Swords. I also have the 5 of Wands, a little bickering, a little gossip, a little of this and that. Basically, annoying things, the annoying thoughts or situations where someone will trigger a memory that you want to work out, but they're not interested in working it out with you. And so you're mulling it over. That kind of energy, it looks like in the beginning of the week, or maybe it's happened already. And Spirit is asking you to go within and do a little more alignment with it. You could call it prayer. You can call it meditation. You can call it quiet time. You could call it just petting your dog, that type of thing, to slow down your mind. Do anything you can to slow down your mind. The High Priestess is here to give you some information, some insight of the higher octave, from the higher octave, and that's going to move you into better, calmer waters that time. The calmer waters, this is a sword. 6 of Swords is calmer thoughts. So sometimes when people up level metaphysically, or they get a few more gifts to play with, that can be kind of confusing, sometimes even spooky. But if you're ready for it, it's available to you. So I bless you and leave you with that. What did you get?
Exactly what you just said. I think the Moon card can show some confusion, but it shows the possibility to really develop your intuition to see through the confusion, or the maybe the betrayal or something that had lacked clarity before, that now you see clearly. You have a chance to really break through that part into something much more advanced, for your intuition and your gifts can develop through that unveiling. I'd say unveiling of things that you no longer want, that no longer serve you. You'll figure it out.
Oh, Gina Maria Apolescens is here too. We have a reunion.
Gina Maria. I always appreciated your energy in the group that we had together, Gina.
Yep. And I don't see Deb here for. Hi, Glow. It's good to see you. I have you down. Okay. So Thank you very much. We've got Zelina Donna. Now let me give you who's next so you can kind of get prepared. Zelina Donna is now, and then Whispers from Heaven with Jenny is next. Glow is after that. Tiffany, Jean Maria, Opalescent is here, and so that's how we're going. That's the lineup. So don't go away. And if you have to go away, take your phone with you so we can keep you going. Let's see. You have 61, another 7 coming in. The 6 is all about balance and harmony, but the 1 is asking you to be, should I say, balanced with yourself. It might be easier to remain balanced when you're on your own instead of with people. So let's play with that one and see. It looks like, so it does look like there's a little something hanging on with you. This is a very interesting read here. 8 of Cups is here, reverse. So upright means you're walking away from something that you spent a lot of time and effort with, but it's time to give up, and you're not giving it up. You're not walking away. Judgment is here, not walking away. It's reversed, and it's about a heartbreak. This heartbreak might have something to do with an investment because I've got the Knight of Pentacles as well here. A little bit of disappointment. You wish you hadn't defended your position, and it looks like you're a little obsessive compulsive thinking. So that's stinking thinking. So I want to know, Zelina Donna, is something like that going on with you? Oh, she's got hearts. I hope I didn't break your heart with this. It just seems like with the 16, the balance and harmony with your independence, that would be ideal for this week. And consider something that you may want to give up. And it could be just an idea. Change your perspective about something. Not that I'm aware of. Okay. So just keep it in mind, put it in your pocket in case something does come up, because sometimes it just crops up out of nowhere. And I got to tell you, when stuff like this crops up, meaning that stinking thinking, when you think, oh, I wish I would have done this or that, my life would be different if I had said yes or no, or whatever that is, that sometimes comes in from outside of you. It's not like you physically remember something. It's something on the outside that carries the energy signature of that time when you were struggling and kind of pokes you with it, and that gets you going. So just understand that's not real. Not real. What have you got for?
I got the 7, the Chariot. I'm focusing on the 2 sphinxes down at the bottom. We have the black sphinx and the white sphinx, and I'm thinking that we want to relate it to what we said at the beginning. The moon is in the sun sign this week, so you have the contrast of the lunar energy and the solar energy, so you're being pulled in 2 directions. So there's some conflict for you, being pulled in 2
She's
directions.
not feeling it. She's not feeling it, but it might be around the corner.
There's something going on that you have some duality, but your key word for this week is courageous. That's the same strength that we see here. So it's the courageousness, and go for it. You're going to give a great effort, and you can be successful.
And this is a perfect example of when you're living your best life. Stuff can come in and out, and it doesn't even affect you. That's when you're in alignment. You don't have to have a life of jumping inside the barrel, off each wall. It doesn't have to be anything like that. It can be just like a Zelina Donna, who she's just fine with what she's really doing well. And here we're saying, well, this opportunity to change your mind is coming up. And then you say, oh, yeah, well, whatever. It might not even be a blip on the radar. So God bless you. We'll bless you and leave you with that, sweetheart. And Whispers from Heaven. I would love to know what my guides want me to focus on. in the next month. Your mediumship. Judgment, judgments here, your mediumship. Um, and it looks like there's a plenty of information bounty to bring into the world with that. I'm saying mediumship because judgment usually is a collective of your wisdom of this lifetime, and it also gives you the lessons that you learned from previous lifetimes that are available to you at this time. I do have triumphant endings to something, which is reverse. That means it's right around the corner. So I wouldn't. Oh, you got the best card, and here you are with the Fool card. So it looks like something is being is synchronizing up for you. It's almost like an extra secondary God spark that will attach to like the fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh chakra, and will give you a little more energy into that direction. So use it or not. It's a free choice kind of world, um, but it's going to be available to you. So bravo on that. Bravo.
Oh, I got the King of Cups, and I would say this, and in this deck, we see the signs of Aries and Taurus both highlighted, and so there is a great initiative, entrepreneurship on your part. You have a lot. You're very intelligent, and you have a sense of the entrepreneur, and you are able to manifest in the wealth department, and you have great emotional sensitivity and depth, and put those two things together, and with the discipline that you have, and kindness, and this is the kind of ruler we need in this country. Why don't you run for president? You will share
Yeah,
everything.
exactly. That's what I want.
See that everyone is well cared for.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's vote for you. Glow, you're next. What is your number today? My personal year is 8. I'm a Scorpio rising. I have nothing about Scorpio. You're a 24. 24s are interesting because it's community but stability at once, because you've got the camaraderie of the two. The shadow side of the two is that you would lose your boundaries maybe and overgive or overtake, that kind of thing. And the 4 is stability. So it keeps it, this is a lovely number. And it also equals 6. So 2, 4, 6 we've got here. So that's wonderful. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to talk to you about, not about a tarot card, but about Scorpio rising, because if you are Scorpio rising, that means your opposite side, it is Taurus, and that is your 7th house of relationships and partnerships of all type. This would be both business and romantic, financial, any kind of partnership, love interest, and that is where you have Uranus suddenly going to be changing. This is February 4th. It's when it gets steady and then it starts moving. So you have been having some stagnant in that area, and it's going to be freed up this week. Some changes.
Well, let me tell you what else I have. I have the hangman, which tells me that, yeah, you have been kind of in a rut maybe, but you've been thinking out, so you've been making good use of that rut. You've been thinking outside of the box, which is awesome. Spirit is very proud of you for that, the 6 of Wands. And it looks like the Knight of Swords is coming in. This is very, very fast moving energy. So just like what Lalit was saying, that it's going to free yourself, be freed up coming soon this week. So personal year is 8. Now, 8 tends to be the personal year. 8 tends to be the manifesting year, right? And you think, oh, good, I'll just manifest real fast. But it's manifesting things that live in the real world will be really sluggish. For instance, you can manifest mediumship, maybe study of this or that, extra knowledge. You can, manifest a whole bunch of things. But if you bring things into the world, like on my 8th personal year, which was last year, I did publish 2 books. But man, it took a lot to get them up and going. So more than I thought it should and for a manifesting year. But it's because it's in the real world, it's nuts and bolts of that.
Well, 8 interestingly ties in with Scorpio in the chart because it's the 8th house is the house of Scorpio, and that is other people's money and manifesting wealth through, like if you this is a inheritance or mortgage or selling a house and getting money from mortgage of insurance case, stuff like that. You
Nice.
you got a chance at something happening in that area.
That's awesome. Sounds like a good deal. Good deal. So I hope you enjoyed that. Tiffany, yours is 11/20/74. 74.
Hi, Lexi. Hi, baby.
So 4 plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 4. Yep, got that. You're a 25/7. So you'd make a great medium. Let's see. And you're having a 5 personal year. Oh, Glow was saying, yes, it was very sluggish getting my house in order. Oh, yeah. That is so true. So you being a 7, you might want to go on the internet and say, what does a 7 life path mean in numerology? And that would help answer things. I've got your number today is 32, which is a 5. It's your 5 personal year, which can be overwhelming for people who enjoy being alone. 7s don't usually party hardy with others. They can study on how they usually work in general is that they have a curiosity about something and then they just dive in. It doesn't matter who's in the room. Doesn't matter if you're supposed to be at a party and you're late. It doesn't matter anything like that because what you're focused on is all consuming. And that's what makes you quite brilliant and a genius and quirky as well, little quirky. But the 5 is here to communicate, to work with others. So this might be something that kind of, not that it's a hard year, it's just opportunity to invite people into your understanding of things. Amazing teacher. It does show here the hermit. And the hermit comes out of his little cave, walks up behind you, taps you on the shoulder, and says, come with me. God wants to talk to you. God has something to say. And so that's going to pay off for you quite a bit. So anytime, so I would highly recommend, even though you're feeling a little fractious, you might want to travel, you don't really know what to do with yourself, please be in prayer. Please be in quiet when things get too crazy in your head, and don't gossip. I don't know why this was in here because it's not going to happen anyway. You're not a gossiper. And so don't worry about your future either. Just be in the present moment. I know that's easier said than done, but there are some beautiful, beautiful blessings on their way for you.
Wow, Deborah. Well, might as well shut up. I drew 3 cards, and you talked about all of it. So we got. It's really odd how this happens, but so we get 9 of Swords. So you've had a dark night of the soul, and went through a lot of darkness, but you're finding hope. And we got the 4 of Cups. So you've been very dissatisfied, and you're wanting, you're withdrawn, and then we get the ultimate withdrawn hermit. I would say there's nothing wrong at this time. Boy, if I didn't have my downtime, alone time, I would really be crazy. I found a beautiful meditation the other night that I was just listening to, and I was so happy doing this deep meditation, bring you to places where you never been, and you have you should go within to find your inner strength, and this is the time for you to have a retreat and know thyself, and really, it's a wonderful time for a spiritual breakthrough for you, and you're going to be very happy, finding strength, courage, love, self-love, and the fact that all of your guides love you, all of your spirit team loves you, and we all love you. And so you're going to discover that, and you're going to be really good.
Bless you, and leave you with that. I've got President Biden is an 1120. President Biden is a 20/2 life path. I don't know where you got the 11, but it's interesting. And Glow, thank you so much for that super sticker. You're the best. Yeah, President Biden being our president at the time when we needed him. Yes, he won and all that stuff. I won't get too political, but this is the one thing that made me a little nervous, because he's a 2, which is that bridge builder, that let's shake our hands and have a beer together and work things out and kumbaya and give and take. And I think that's in an old-fashioned political thing that was really working for him, and he made incredible history in his time in office. But this is not the time for us to have a 2 in the White House, I'll tell you. But nonetheless, that's interesting how you got the 1120 versus that other, but it's interesting. He's a 2. And you know who else is a 2? What's his name? The turtle.
Oh, McConnell.
McConnell is a 2 as well.
You said, you know who else was a 2? I got a big picture of him in my mind. It just came to me, the picture.
And that's almost like the good and the shadow side of it. So McConnell commandeered everybody. He knew their soft spots or their secrets, and he manipulated that way, where Biden was Biden. I've got one more here. We've got to get our sweet Gina Maria opalescent. I have your date of birth. Let's see. Will I get the job I'm interviewing for on Thursday? I have a really good feeling. Look at that picture. I love that picture of yours. Let me see here. What your 22. 59. Oh, so yes, that's right. You are a 1. You're a 1 life path, a 37 1. So the 7 is very mystical and spiritual. The 3 is very creative. So you doing your art and everything is just it's a perfect outlet. So I'm going to go ahead and center on about that job. So I see a delay on that. I hope I'm wrong. So you were saying Thursday. I'm going to get another deck. I think there might be a delay on that. I'm glad you have a good feeling. Is it working out? Is it working remote? I'm kind of curious. It was from the old Cross the Aisle school. Yes, Gina, that's Gina Maria. That is so true. I think that really worked back in the day, but it didn't. It doesn't here. Let me just see this. Now I'm getting a better result. I don't know if it's Thursday, and I should just keep Thursday out of it, because I do believe there's a good chance of you getting it. Yes, but I'm hung up on Thursday for some reason. What'd you get?
A similar thing. definitely leaving the past behind, and you definitely have a chance for a new start and doing something great. But I think I'm seeing some disappointment in this question, the way this is looking right now.
Yeah.
And but
Oh, thank you.
but that's just the kind of thing we were saying. When something bad happens to you, you
Those
say,
times.
That's interesting. I wonder what this means, because how is this going to work out for me?" And it could be that it leaves you free to get a job that's even much better, something of that nature. So if that happens to you, I'm hoping that it doesn't. But if it should happen that you don't get it and you're feeling disappointed, things are going to work out for you even better in the end. So keep that in mind. One way or the other, you're going to be fine.
Donna Ortiz, sweet dreams, my love. She's on the East Coast and she's going
Oh,
sleepy time.
have is the weather easing up out there?
Yeah, well, Gina Maria was saying it is remote. If it's delayed, might be the weather in DC. Yeah, something's happening. I shouldn't have put a specific day on that. I know better than that because Spirit doesn't like that. But I did get a number one out of 100 discs. You get number one, little champion
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, and Ace of Swords is also good for a new beginning. So,
Yep. So
um,
that looks great. Looks great.
so
Well,
don't
I
worry.
Nighty night. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I really enjoyed tonight. Sorry I had to dress up like
Emmanuel Macron.
yes, yes, that's me. I wish I had one of those
Ooh la
mustaches.
la.
But I'll try and heal up before the next time. I do have room tomorrow in my workshop. I haven't had any nibbles on Valentine's Day workshop, so I might just go ahead and nix that one until there's more interest. But if you would like to be a numerologist, this is the place for you. Definitely. Freezing 2 degrees. 2 degrees
Two
Fahrenheit.
degrees. Holy cow.
I don't believe it. It's gone on for so long. That's the problem. It's so long. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lalit. I really, really enjoyed this evening.
I I enjoyed. I always enjoy this group because it's so. It's the vibration of everyone is so fantastic that I always feel renewed coming here. I'm
Yes,
so grateful to all of
absolutely.
you.
Me too. Me too, really. And what was the other thing? Oh, I'm going to be on Maria's show. You know that uh, uh, Lalit, remember that Shine Your Light show?
Yes.
That's once a month, and that's where she has a whole bunch of people on to do readings.
Mm.
And then at this 7 o'clock hour, or she has it all mapped out where we turn on our porch light, turn on our light candles. It's a collective light for the goodness. I missed the whole year last year doing it, but I'm going to be on tomorrow. So it's gonna. My time is at 5:30 Pacific, but then Trisha James is going to be on before me, so I'm going to catch her too. But so I thought I'd
That
tell you all
sounds
about
great.
that. Well, I sure enjoyed it, and we'll be back next Friday. I'm going to come on a little bit more with it. Man, there's a lot going on politically. I kind of want to dip
Holy
my
cow.
toe in that, yeah, that stream a little bit. But I love you all. Talk to you later. Sweet dreams.